But with all of that, it's clear that over the past 3 months, we have done the impossible. In the beginning, this virus hit us hard because it actually came from Europe after we were told that it was coming from China. When this started, we had more cases per capita than any state in the country or any nation on the globe. But today, we have done a full 180, from worst to first. We are controlling the virus better than any state in the country and any nation on the globe. Even more, by reducing the infection rate, we saved over 100,000 people from being hospitalized and possibly dying. Just think about that. It is an unimaginable achievement. I'm so incredibly proud of what we all did together and as a community. We reopened the economy and we saved lives. Because it was never a choice between one or the other. It was always right to do both. Today, we are seeing the virus spreading in many places. More people will die, and it doesn't have to be that way. Forget the politics. Be smart. Open the economy intelligently and save lives at the same time. That's what we showed works in New York.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is under fire after his top aide admitted to withholding data for months that revealed thousands more confirmed and presumed COVID-19 deaths of long-term care facility residents than previously disclosed. According to a transcript of a private video call, Melissa DeRosa, who often appeared at press conferences with the governor, told Democratic state lawmakers, basically we froze because then we were in a position where we weren't sure if what we were going to give to the Department of Justice or what we give to you guys, what we start saying was going to be used against us. Cuomo arguing at the time the threat of an inquiry from the Trump administration was politically motivated.
They had played politics on this from day one.
The New York Post first reported the story, citing a recording of the call. State lawmakers from both parties slamming DeRosa's admission. 14 Democratic state senators saying in a statement Cuomo should be stripped of his emergency powers. Among them, Senator Alessandra Biaggi, who tweeted, "You're only sorry that you all got caught." State Republicans echoing their call and going further.
The Cuomo administration purposely lied and withheld evidence and information to avoid prosecution. Andrew Cuomo must be prosecuted, and Andrew Cuomo must be impeached if this evidence exists.
Residents of long-term care facilities have accounted for a significant percentage of COVID deaths in many states. In New York, some 15,000 residents of facilities like nursing homes died, according to the Department of Health, about a third of all COVID deaths statewide.
The COVID crisis in New York's nursing homes was a preventable crisis.
The true death toll was revealed after New York Attorney General and Cuomo ally Letitia James issued a scathing report last month accusing the state of undercounting deaths in these facilities by some 50% by only publicly reporting those who died on site, not residents who were admitted to hospitals and died there or elsewhere. The deaths were counted in the state's overall death toll, but were not attributed to long-term care facilities.
Whether a person died in a hospital or died in a nursing home, it's the people died.
I want to begin by extending, again, gratitude to 40 million Californians that over the course of the last number of weeks have not only bent the curve in the state of California, but stabilized it. We have made real progress in this state over the course of the last number of weeks. And that's why I want to just confront the topic that is top of mind. And those are the images we saw over the weekend, the images down in Orange County and Ventura County on our beaches. Those images are an example of what not to see, people, what not to do if we're going to make the meaningful progress that we've made in the last few weeks extend into the next number of weeks. The reality is we are just a few weeks away, not months away, from making measurable and meaningful changes to our stay-at-home order. That is a very optimistic point to emphasize. However, that's driven by data. It's driven by behavior. And as we change our behavior, we can impact the science, the health, and the data. This virus doesn't take the weekends off. This virus doesn't go home because it's a beautiful sunny day around our coasts. The likelihood of having a virus free world is not realistic in the next number of months. We'll look forward to that day as herd immunity comes into effect and we have a vaccine that we can distribute and make available to hundreds of millions of people across this country, billions around the rest of the globe. Until then, we have to manage it. We have to manage risks. We have to manage and augment our behavior. But I want folks to know this as well. We're doing the same at the state level. The California Highway Patrol with our State Parks Patrol with other partners, and we will avail ourselves to more aggressive enforcement of the stay-at-home order, of the social distancing, of the guidelines and procedures that we expect to be followed all across the state of California.
The spokesman for the campaign to recall Governor Newsom says they anticipate getting enough signatures any day now to get the recall on the ballot.
And as our Bill Malushin reports, national Republicans are now getting involved.
We're very close. As a matter of fact, if I were to put this into like a football thing, we're probably on the 1 yard line.
Randy Economy, spokesman for the Recall Newsom campaign, tells Fox 11 on any given day they're receiving massive stacks of petitions to recall the governor, and they're now knocking on the door of the 1.5 million signatures they need to get it on the ballot.
But I do know right now we're at about 1,400,000+, and that was as of a couple days ago. It's hard to fathom sometimes the anger people have on this campaign.
News also coming down on Thursday that the national GOP is donating $250,000 to the recall effort against Newsom. His approval ratings have plummeted since the fall, and he's been traveling to different parts of the state in recent weeks, including Fresno yesterday, where he was heckled with chants of "Recall Newsom" during a press conference.
To eliminate and end this pandemic, this deadly disease. And as we make progress, not only with vaccinations, but through non-pharmaceutical intervention.
Governor Newsom was riding very high about 10 months ago. And now the picture looks very different. He does look in some ways vulnerable.
Jessica Levinson is a professor at Loyola Law School. She says Newsom is facing a two-front battle against progressives who feel he hasn't gone far enough in his COVID response, and Republicans and independents who feel he's gone too far.
I think that Governor Newsom knows that he is going to face a recall election. I think there are absolutely going to be enough ballot signatures